Okay. But yeah, Connor, are you going to make an observation roll or just during this conversation in the captain's quarters?
Have we had a respite recently so I could refresh my personality? Because I'm probably
Yeah,
going to need it.
this is at least a day later since your last personality, your last stakeout.
All right, and which attribute would this be, mind or will? Because I'm using this visit as a pretext to, scoping out his place. So that might be more of a will thing than a mind thing. I leave it up to you.
I still think it's mind. I think that this is a case where you are specifically trying to apply your... I feel like it's definitely an observation type situation,
Right.
and observation I feel like is much of mind.
Okay. I'm arguing they're both the same value, so it doesn't really matter, but in the future it might.
Okay.
All right. And I don't think I have anything that would help. So here we go. And here comes my only chance at not failing. Ooh.
Ooh,
It's
a success.
relatively good value for it, too.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you with your one success.
It is kind of brazen to just be here in the captain's own private offices and quarters. Just talk to him about bullshit, trying to pass it off as real conversation.
I'll tell you where the brazen could come in. So you see in his quarters that there's one large chest, large enough to have a sword in. And it looks like it's at the foot of his bed. It's kind of like a personal thing. But you engage him in conversation. You admire his many trinkets and like trophies that he has around the room. It occurs to you that a man with this much like with all of these like knickknacks and trophies essentially, does he need to steal? Although I guess he is in debt. Maybe he would have sold the trophies. But he does have this one chest, right? That could conceal the sword. So
this would, as you said, might be a footlocker where he would keep his arms from his time as a on the gunship. So
perfect.
Connor's going to try to turn the conversation over towards tools of the trade. And
perfect.
Like he'll say, "This is my new saber. I'm still getting used to it. This is my buckler that I use as I hear that Marines use these as well. And this is my very expensive armor. Now I've showed you mine. Show me yours."
Basically, that I would say is quite brazen. But so which would be a good use of the personality. And he shrugs and he'll kick open. And you can see that he does have some weaponry that looks like it has not been well kept up. It definitely would serve better as like an heirloom than as in a fight. It's like a rusted saber and like a musket that looks like it hasn't been fired in years. And some of his personal effects from his time on the gunship. And so you have ruled it out that he could possibly have this sword.
And of course, I'm going to chide him for not keeping up his tools. If you fail your tools, they'll fail you.
He laughs. He says that I made my peace with never having to wield these again. And so long as I keep a sharp-minded crew with me and by my side, and I don't stray too far from my chartered course, I hope never to have to.
Fair luck to you, Captain.
I and to you. Feel much safer with you on board. All right, you guys are approaching your destination. It won't be long now, but as the day breaks after this night where everyone has had their individual explorations, when you return back to your quarters, you find that something has been taken. What it is, I don't know. Possibly one of Anushka's guns. Possibly Potter. Potter's been stolen.
Potter has been stolen. Well, I don't see how
They left all of his armor and stuff. They recognized it was worthless on him.
Yeah, I mean, one of the problems is that we're carrying most of our stuff. I mean,
I know, right?
So,
what could it be?
That's the benefit is I wear all my important shit. My valuable shit is my clothes.
Well, we're shiftless hobos, so we.
By the way, when did I return?
It's up to you. We didn't roll for it, but
Well, I mean, you control the disposition of the NPCs of the world. Was I charming?
Oh, you're always charming.
Right.
But
I mean,
the question is, did it work? And I would say that yeah, it worked. You could probably head back to Amelie's quarters if you wanted to. In which case, though, I'd imagine you probably wouldn't show up until later on in the night or in the morning.
I wanted to say that I'm probably the kind that overstays my welcome.
I like it. It's great. Amelie wakes up just like, oh my god, what the fuck did
Right, and I'm still there.
Fuck, I still here. Oh shit. Yeah.
This coining the phrase, real ugly.
You I will say you also get this piece of information since I wrote it down and you spent the whole night with her. You find out that she's on a mission to scatter her friend's ashes, that a close comrade of hers died, and that they're they had like this dream plot of land picked out near Triskellion and they wanted their ashes strewn there. So she was on this sort of mission, honorable mission.
Where'd they die?
She didn't expect to fall in love. They died on the front lines. They were a member of the war effort. Goblin got him.
She doesn't have a last name, right? She's not like
Nah, she's
blooded
not
or
like
anything,
noble.
right? I mean, she literate?
Say no. I don't think she's literate.
I think, come morning, that I'm gonna probably try and scrawl something out. Yeah, I guess Raph is gonna have to lean in on this one because I don't know what the equivalency would be. That I'm gonna try and tap my nobility in the form of writing something to try and help her get the plot of land that she's dreamt of.
You want to write a letter of recommendation,
Right.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Well, are you literate?
Yeah, I'm literate.
Then you can do that. Do you have academics?
I don't think so.
Do you have negotiation?
Yeah, I have that.
You can write a big flowery letter that'll have lots of spelling mistakes. Welcome to the Middle Ages. Spell it any way you want. They haven't invented a dictionary yet.
Yeah, we don't have
There
a
you
common
go.
understanding of words yet.
Right. So
I
you're
like
going to be
that.
like one of those things that we see, like just Y is a vowel. Use Y everywhere.
Right.
Throw an E at the end of every old.
So, do you have writing materials?
Hold on. I think Winter would.
That would
'cause
make sense.
well, yes. If you don't, you can either talk to your wizard or your obnoxious cleric.
Oh, Winter doesn't. Huh. For some reason I thought he did.
Well, they
There's
don't
gotta
have
be, there's gotta be
they don't
something on this boat somewhere.
yeah, they don't have the specific scribing stuff. No, your wizard would, could afford that too. And even then, you could just throw some money. Like, if we're on a boat. They have paper here. So yeah, okay, you just go ahead and craft the letter.
Yeah, and then I'll tap my nobility to make it actually worth
Right.
what's written on it.
Usually
I got my
roll.
signet ring. There's probably a candle somewhere around here.
There is, but
Yeah, so I'll imprint it with my seal.
usually what you do is you make the roll, and if you don't like the way the roll came out, you tap nobility.
Oh, I thought I would have to tap nobility to make it official at all.
No. The fact that the noble has the passive ability that you are a noble. You have the signet ring. You're always a noble.
That's just a package.
Well, what
only have to
roll
tap
am
it.
I making then?
It's you're writing a letter of recommendation that says this person's great.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know exactly what I'm writing. I'm trying to make it so that it's possible for them to get the land that they're trying to get to, or...
Gotcha.
Oh, I would think that would be like basically you're giving them an assist on negotiation, because when they show up and say, "I'd like to buy your land," and they'll say, "You're a shiftless noble with no prospects. I have here a letter from some random noble."
Minor house of Triskellion, and they're trying to get
Right.
Triskellion
So
land.
you really only need one success.
What's the role of mind in negotiation, or?
Yeah.
It's a letter, yeah.
Is anything that I normally have that adds to this diplomacy?
I can give you diplomacy. Recommend letters of recommendation sound like they'd fall.
Yeah, the least effective negotiations I can pull are ones where I'm not present.
It seems it would take him longer than 5 minutes to read the way you're going to write it. So yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, 2
diplomacy.
successes, regardless.
Nice. Yeah, okay. Cool, so that would give her a bonus in this attempt when she reaches her destination. So yeah.
She's a moving story. I'm not heartless. I actually, despite it seeming like I'm a monster who only cares about having sex with random strangers, do care about the plights of people that are around me. Maybe not people who are getting stolen from, but this is more of a war story. We had a life we planned, and now it's gone the way I didn't want it to, and she generally seems like a nice person, just a little shut out to the world around her. So, I want to help.
I like it. He's complex that way, there's layers. It's not all good and bad, despite what some people will say points to the doctor. There's shades of gray. I like it.
50 of them.
In this case, right? Okay. So we're coming up on the end of the session. So let's get to the bottom of this thing. You guys, something got stolen from you or your irregulars. I leave it to you to figure out what it is. It's going to be the most valuable thing that you will not keep on your person at all times. So,
that's a good question, because since we know there's a thief on board, I wouldn't leave my weapons out, because I know they would steal that.
I literally had everything valuable I own already stolen. I don't think there's anything else I lose here.
I had a.
We could get creative and say one of your
gun,
regulars.
and I already gave that to somebody.
Right.
Main gosh, is that a value? Rapier. What's more valuable, rapier or main gosh?
The rapier is more value, but they're both valuable. They're both expensive.
Well, if we're looking for something valuable to be stolen, I don't walk around with them on me. They can both be stolen. We'll call it a group.
Yeah, that's probably what gets, because I'm thinking I wouldn't carry my food around with me, but my food actually isn't that expensive.
Right, and I'm not a fighter. I don't actually walk around with like 2 swords strapped to my hip, ever. They're probably like wrapped up in a leather bundle or something like that, and I never mess with them.
Gotcha. It sounds like that's gonna be our target then, unless anyone has another idea.
Hope not, because I already deleted them from my sheet.
Okay, cool. So yes, when you return in the morning from your dalliance with Amelie, you find that your arms have gone missing. Winters is mortified by this. He says, "My lord, was searching the room as you asked, and made sure that we left no trace. Your men were occupied. It wasn't until after we returned late in the night that we discovered this was missing." I don't know how Winters speaks or emotes, but that's essentially what he
It's
conveys.
probably like that. It's fine. I mean, I haven't actually imagined how he spoke, except for maybe like gruff and low voiced, but
Gotcha.
the actual
I can see him being kind of
cadence of his
stoic.
voice, I haven't imagined. But yeah, no, I mean, I'd probably walk up on it and like, well, that's disappointing. But things can be replaced. People can't.
Oh my god, Adris. You can make me cry. But Winters will say, "Well, this will not stand, sir. I will bring it up with the captain. There may still be time to bring this criminal to justice." And later that day, Winters makes good on his, even if you seem kind of indifferent to it, Winters will take it upon himself to demand this of the captain. The captain does call everyone out back onto the decks and say that the thefts have continued, and I am here where no one leaves this ship until we have someone held accountable for this. I have made good friends on this ship, but I hold no one above suspicion. So, if no one comes forward, then we will simply hold trial until the truth has been revealed.
Wait, hold trial?
I like the idea that we're being held like a kindergarten classroom. Until
Basically,
someone comes forward, you'll all sit in your chairs.
Well, welcome to ship life.
Yeah, how many people are on this ship, by the way?
Except instead of you all sitting in your chairs, it's, half bread rations and several flocking.
Yeah.
Right? There's quite a number. Again,
do we have
you
an
guys
exact head count?
Well, you guys account for 21. There's a crew of 16, and there's the captain.
We account for 22, by the way.
22. Okay. I need a calculator. It's gone beyond my toes and
My
fingers.
crew has 10. Connors has 4. We both have an ally, so that's 12. Sorry. That's 14 plus 2, 6. 16. 4 of us, Sicario and Colette, so 22.
Cool. 5. Plus there's 5 NPCs that I have introduced to this mess.
So 27. Plus 16 crew members, you said? So it's about 43 right now?
43. I think that should count for everyone,
Does that include the captain?
Including the captain, yes.
Alright, so when we're all gathered up on the upper deck, are there 43 people here?
Yes.
So nobody's missing.
People. No one's missing. So it's someone. And I guess the way the captain would handle this is he would have his most trusted. He would get everyone onto the upper deck basically, and then have 2 of his trusted men basically go through everyone's quarters and go through all of their belongings in an invasive search.
Mm-hmm. So I guess at this point, what do we think? Do we have anything positive here?
I think it's loose because he's got those. It's all so it's not substantial evidence. It's circumstantial. That's the word I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still more evidence than we have on this.
Right. If our suspicion lies only on the named characters, the captain seems unlikely, because why would we go through all this trouble anyway? He could just command everyone to steal from everyone on deck. It probably isn't Emile, because, well, she was the first one stolen from, and it seems unlikely in her position that she would willingly give up her weapon, nor would it seem to be a way to lose suspicion upon her, because she was the first one stolen from, not the second or third. It perhaps isn't the, our
Cook.
Technically rabbit farmer, but hiding noble in disguise, as they have nothing and seemed as if they, were being genuine in their confession.
Did we ever check their quarters?
Your quarters are your quarters.
Oh,
yeah, they're with you
okay.
in the build.
Sorry. I just assumed the other named NPCs were living in their own, the lockable rooms.
Right.
Right.
Kind of,
Abel seems to be on the level. He has a lot of expensive things. They haven't gone missing, but he also has a locked chest for it. And I guess that leaves the cook, but nothing seemed wrong with the cook. Is that right?
You didn't find any of the stolen loot in his quarters?
If he's not hiding it in his room. So that's why I was saying that kind of clears the
Did you scoop the bottom of the cooking fish?
I mean, you guys can assume you checked.
Out that there are only certain places you can hide stuff, otherwise they just turn into garbage.
Hey, I'm just look, man, we're on day 75 of this mystery, and I'm just trying to, sometimes you start throwing out all the ridiculous shit. What's the Sherlock Holmes quote?
Once you've eliminated everything, once you've eliminated the impossible, what remains is the solution, which is actually bullshit, and even Arthur Conan Doyle pointed that out.
I don't care, man. It's a popular quote, and we're all working with it now.
Yeah.
Still, we're left with not a lot of positive evidence. There's nothing that actively points to people, and it feels like we have a lot of negatives, a lot of things that say it's probably not this person.
Doctor, I need you to enter your mind palace.
Whoever it is, they're skilled enough to evade, like, alert people. They must be some sort of master thief. And the only thing I'm kind of worried about at this point is they're probably at such a, like, masterful level. Like, there's at least they can at least score 3 successes or more. And I think we're just coming up a little empty here, where it's kind of like, I think we just need to get off the boat.
Well, he's not going to let us off the boat.
We've searched the boat. We've done a good job of that, and we have permission to look everywhere. There isn't even a stowaway, a secret person here.
That's why I was asking about 43 people. It's like, is there a 44th person that we just haven't seen, or got around us?
There could be somebody hiding among the crew. Like, one way to be a stowaway is not to be hiding somewhere, but to be mingling. I mean, I have low profile. Someone else could have low profile that when we count how many people were here, you can't look at a crowd and tell if there's 43 people or 44 people.
Well, that's easy to figure out, though. We're all on deck, and we're all being commanded by the captain. So literally, everyone, this side of the boat. 1, 2. Just send them to the other side of the boat. 3.
Well, there's also, I mean, he could put us on the deck and have us all count off, and that's when you go and hide.
Well, we are all on the deck. That's why I asked if there's 43 people.
And the thief could still be any one of us. I mean, I'm sure the loyal crew think one of you and your entourage, or Connor's entourage, is the thief, and we're sitting here thinking it's one of them.
Indeed. As stated, everyone seems to have their own theories. Everyone is suspicious.
What evidence do we have left to look for?
God. If we were further back in the journey, I would say that we make something super valuable and just give it a property that'll make it obvious wherever the hell it is. Oh God, I can't think of what...
Got like a synecdoche going?
Well, not even that. My brain goes to like the exploding ink bomb and a money a bag of money. But something.
That would be very crafty. That would be a good use for craft skill.
Like my valuable... I obviously can't use my weapons anymore, but, something valuable and rub something on it that has a smell. Like, God, if we had a skunk. Man, I was thinking about having skunks. If we had something like a smell you could rub on it that would not be easily gotten rid of by the person who had it on him, something. Let me just go rub this, my pack of coins all over the doctor.
My God, you smell beautiful. These coins smell amazing. Your hands smell saintly.
It's L'Oreal, because I'm worth it. I don't have hair, I'm an armadillo.
Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Okay. Well, if you've got any more
placement for today.
I mean, we do have a couple of days before we get to Triskellion, I'm assuming.
You guys are so...
I mean, by where we are on the map, I assume that's days worth of travel.
Yeah, well, they're headed to Triskellion. I thought that you guys had negotiated to get dropped off, like, here, on their way. Like at this
I had no idea. I thought we were still going to a port.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I guess the only thing left is to literally go back over what we know and have investigated and literally ask each of our suspects, what were you doing then? What alibi do you have? Did anyone else see you? And try to see if, in asking for more information now that we have this big get-together, if they create a story that has holes in it.
I'm just gonna turn around.
That is, I think, our final option.
Turn around.
I am putting on my detective hat.
I'm gonna turn around and point at the back of the boat and say, "It was him!" And there stands Colonel Mustard, a human being, wearing an African explorer's outfit, holding a candlestick.
Gosh. But no, given the investigations we've done, we've searched the ships. That would be a D12 assist from Anushka already. And we have a D8 for gossip, because Adris has already collected all of the information of what people were saying and what they were doing already.
Right.
So I could go ahead and roll inquiry with that, if that makes sense. Start putting people to the question.
You'll note, okay, so at this point, you guys have no hard evidence. It's just going to come down to your your argument, your logic versus the protestations of anyone that you implicate.
Right.
But you
we're
can still
asking
make that
people to
stick.
make stories, and we're going to see if they're good enough liars to get past me now.
Well, at the end of the day, also, their protestations come down to, hey, 2 nobles are also accusing you of thievery. What do you got against that? Well, what's that?
Okay.
You're a lowborn nobody? Well, fuck off then.
Of course,
So-
the captain is commander of his ship, so it's really about convincing him.
Well,
But you
yeah,
could
also,
totally
we also
use
make
your
up more
nobility.
than half of the people on the ship, so...
Oh, that's true. But I mean, he's got half controlling stake. But anyway, yes.
Actually, he's got 49% controlling state, which I think you'll find does not play well.
Okay. So, will this be mind or will?
This will be mind. This is sounds like you're using deductive
Mhm.
logic.
Right. Let's see. So we then also have inquiry here,
Yes.
which I currently have a D6 in. So I have 4 dice at the moment, my 2 dice and my assistants, and I can also have an extra D8 for smelling so nice.
Sure. Okay.
That's one of the official uses, so that's good. So now we're at 5 dice. I don't think I have any insider that applies here. Etiquette, piety, I don't think so. Honor, probably not. Hiking. Yeah, I'm gonna put my hiking into this roll. Let's see. Literacy, survival, first aid. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I got here, and I think I don't have anything else special specifically for investigating. However,
Okay.
I could go ahead and probably put my personality into this if it fails or becomes important. So, let's see.
Okay, so now just to
I'm gonna be
just
so
to
angry
reiterate-
if there's a green mage on here who's just been wiping our memories or some shit.
oh jeez. So this would
If
be
so, give me supernatural right now. We gotta.
Or, sorry, a thaumaturge using the leth, I think it's called.
exactly. If it's supernatural, I have to include. I can tell you're not including your supernatural dice. Nothing supernatural has taken place. In
Yeah,
this
I
locked
thought
door
so.
mystery. So what you're doing now is you're having your row accusational scene at the end of the mystery.
Gar says that this person said that you were here, but you said that you were actually over here. Could you explain that?
Exactly. You can.
Now you see, one more thing. I got an eye for these things. I noticed.
Exactly. So you'll make your roll, and it's going to be contested. I will
Mhm.
give up this much that the criminal is on the ship with you, and
That's
as
fair.
you interview people, he will be the one, or she will be the one who will
Mhm.
make the roll against you. So he or she is being very crafty. They're rolling 3d8. So let's see what you're going to be rolling against. 6
Oh,
is
right.
not bad,
So I'm
not
also
bad.
gonna hate it if every crew member actually had a name and a backstory and we just treated them as nameless nobodies this whole time.
In oppositional format, I already have 2 successes on them.
Okay, so your logic can account for the locations and the whereabouts and the activities of most people on the ship, including the captain. The only person who does not have a reasonable alibi for every one of these situations is your shrew, the cook Toulouse. Toulouse, being a shrew, also has night vision. He has keen hearing, which means that he would be alert to the echolocation attempts and
Yeah.
also to any mess-ups during the sting operation. And he also has sort of waterproof wrappers, package wrappers, which might keep something safe from the corrosive properties of
Yeah,
being thrown into the ocean
You would have
temporarily.
masks and skins. He also has access to the garbage.
Wait. Are you telling me the thing you guys mocked me for from the first time I brought it up could possibly be the fucking answer?
I didn't mock you for it.
You kept coming back at me about how it would ruin everything he was trying to steal.
No. Throwing the stuff under the boat is what I'm mocking you for.
In any
But
case,
still, we
By
have
the way,
the
where's
man
the
with the
loot at?
means.
it seems like he has the most. This theory of all the theories would be possible in this circumstance with this guy. And although he protests admirably, and although he showed no signs of guilt during your initial come to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
The evidence seems to suggest that it was him working with some sort of an accomplice.
By the way,
and
just a quick correction: shrews don't naturally get night vision.
Oh, do they not naturally get it? Okay.
No, that's why I was saying my shrew only has keen ears.
Yeah.
That they don't naturally get night vision.
Right, but you don't need night vision to skulk around at night. Only if you care about what you're looking at.
Do they have stealth? Is that the other thing that shrews get?
Stealth and keen ears. I
So
assume that you probably want night vision, though, if you're underwater at night.
So he has the means, he's unaccounted for, and he is merely the cook. He perhaps is not the best paid person on the entire ship. So we do have a set of things to put you as the ultimate thief.
I mean, there is precedent for the cook being a thief. It's called Long John Silver. His official job was cook.
Yes, it was.
Now, I've been heavily marathoning the show Monk. I do believe we still need evidence.
The problem is we need evidence. If he had, he has access to the garbage. We established that someone might be coming to the boat to pick the stuff up. We've just never seen them.
Well, we did. We saw the person deep diving at night. If he's just throwing it over the boat and they're picking it up.
Right. So he might have accomplices on the shore. And everything he's been stealing has been small enough that you could put it inside a
barrel.
A skin. Well, barrels
will be loud and
expensive.
You mean like little kegs and that kind of stuff, like this kind of barrel, not a huge tall barrel that you could put a body in, but a smaller thing like a keg or a cask, right?
Well, what you were saying is that they could be wrapped up in these watertight skins.
Because there's water skins or wine skins. You couldn't put it under the boat and leave it there for hours on end. But if
he's talking about sheets of skin to wrap it up in, rather than
if you wrapped it up in leather or in a case with an air bubble in it, so it won't sink. You could, in theory, throw out and it'd be okay. And if someone else is picking it up someone would have to pick it up in short order. You couldn't just leave it there, for days on end. So the fact that he has an accomplice who's picking them up on the shore, which is probably, at first I would think, isn't that really convoluted? And then I would pause and think, this boat probably regularly goes back and forth on this route. So
what about that?
This for
that would explain the letters that were found in his quarters that says, no, everything's ready.
Yeah, so he could be doing this for a while, plus also he gets paid for it. I mean, the fact that we're near the coast and he has accomplices dogging the boat. Plus also, if no one comes picks it up, who cares? It's stolen shit.
Yes, the letters. I believe that is our positive evidence that we were looking for. We have you and your accomplices now.
What can I put and read? Well, I guess someone has to read the recipe books.
Indeed. There you have it.
Very clever, detective.
Well,
you're very observant.
And of course, you might also say, well, isn't the presumption of innocence before guilty? Aha! It's the Middle Ages!
Yeah, we don't have that yet. He says, I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for your snooping kids and your meddlesome dog.
And that 10 guys, and the 4 guys, there's 2 other guys.
The real trick is you lock up the cook and see if the thefts keep happening.
That's probably the punishment that is going to be enacted anyway, because the captain seems to believe you, despite Toulouse's arguments to the contrary. But you guys tell a very convincing story, and
meanwhile the crew is all pissed off. What? You mean food's gonna be shitty from now on?
The doctor pulls out a cigarette and it's like, that's just the way it goes out here on the open seas. The food's always shitty.
Oh, yeah. I was going to make that joke. Say, Anushka, that's the trick. The food's been shitty all along.
Okay. Well, after Toulouse's incarceration, no other valuables go missing from the duration of your stay, at the very least. Mm-hmm. And the captain says, I think you solved it, and you can be sure that this cook/thief will meet justice when we make port in Triskellion. In the meanwhile, you have my gratitude for all of your hard work over the course of this voyage. And as I said, if you ever find yourself traveling along my route in the future, please, look me up, because I would be honored to give you the same rate going back.
Actually, there's one other thing that I would want from you.
Yes, of course.
Have just lost some of my own valuables on this ride. Give Emil her money back.
Oh. Certainly. Yes, I suppose that's the least we can do. I'm sorry that you were a victim in this sordid affair.
Yes. I'd just like to pass it on to somebody else at the very least.
All right. As you guys make your berth, as you get off the boat, you guys are going to land somewhere around here. There's a tiny, fishing town or port town. And as you are parting ways with the rest of the crew, the rabbit, whose name I already forget, Blanchette is her family name, is going to give you a peck on the cheek, Doctor. And she says, I've made up my mind. I'm going to continue my travel and seek out my true love and live in the way that live according to my heart. Thank you for the courage you've given me.
Of course, may the light be with you and your love when you find him.
Amelie is a little bit, she seems a little bit choked up as you're parting, and she goes to Adris and she says, I suppose there's nothing that I could say that would convince you to come to Triskellion with me and oversee this land deal. I could make it worth your while.
No, it's fine. I'm constantly passing through these parts. Rest assured, next time I'm here, I'll drop by and see how you're doing, and if there's anything you need help with, ask. Write a letter. I don't know where you'd address it to. I am kind of a vagabond right now.
Well, you know where I will be, and I very much hope to see you, and you will always be welcome. And she gives you a very awkward, bow, curtsy, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And and then before you is the port town, and I think we pretty much out of time. Is there anything else? Any parting words before we leave our heroes for the week? No?
Just remember, crime never pays.
Crime.
Except when it does.
Damn it, Griffin, you had to bring it all back around. Now this was pod racing.
There you go. I like it.
Kind of in awe. However, I've spent the last few weeks of my life pondering the murder of another living person, and then I realized I couldn't even find a common theme.
Hey, crime
Makes
comes
me
in many
re-examine
forms.
my entire life. Well, that and also the spectacular role.
So I guess, Red, if we're going to
Yes.
go ahead and wrap up the mystery with the gift for completing the goalies, might I suggest a knack for inquiry?
I like that. Yeah. You guys did all do your part in this investigation.
I'm sorry, what I'm hearing is 5 XP?
5 XP.
Of course.
Hey,
I
am
yeah.
so close to being a merchant.
cool.
Literally
Let's go.
3 XP away.
You're just collecting careers.
Yeah.
Nice.
And just
Well-
transition to wizard at the end, and you're perfect.
No, I
There you
will.
go.
I will spoil it now. I have 0 supernatural careers on my list.
Interesting.
No,
But
desire
that
to be a
implies you have
magic.
more careers on your list coming
Oh,
up.
Man, you don't even know what my skills chart looks like.
What's the word? Dilettante? Or
That's my first career. I started as a dilettante.
right? But like someone who dabbles in like a bunch of different stuff doesn't settle. It's like a little bit good
I
in
think
a
those
lot
are
of
called
different
dabblers.
things.
Well,
Dabblers, sure.
today, dilettante refers to that, but the dilettante career in the book is a person who's blooded but has really no specific obligations.
Right.
Right.
Like,
Their
actual-
family owns the title, but they personally have nothing to do.
I mean, I made the wisecrack earlier. I'm living a vagabond lifestyle. Vagabond is on the list.
There you go.
A man of the
Okay.
world.
But yeah, dabbler, and there's also a dabbler career in the book, but that's dabbling in magic.
Yeah,
That's
which is what I just said. I'm not going to do.
yeah. Well, it's a career that gives you all the prerequisites for magic, but doesn't actually give you any magic.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, so we're pretty much out of time,
I've
but
already
let's do
done
the
that before
debrief.
in Urban Jungle.
Yeah.
Played a magician in a magic campaign.
So, but my motto was know no fear and serve with joy. And even though I went to go nail a bunch of portals shut and then didn't find any evidence of crime, it's like, no one died.
Yeah.
And that's the best we could hope for.
I could walk away from that no one died.
No one. It was a fun-loving adventure where just people's livelihoods were ruined, but not their lives. So there you go.
I don't know anybody's livelihood was actually
I
ruined.
should have known that before he was stealing people's crap.
Mhm.
Right. I hope that you guys aren't disappointed that entire session was just a boat ride, but I had fun with it, so I hope you guys did too. Ark, do you want to give us your debrief and remind us of your character motto?
Yes, I am Arklord. I play Connor Levere de Ecrivis. He's a brazen raccoon knight with the motto of one hand washes the other. I had a good time, and it was for days such as this, where we take the entire session as a boat ride, that I kept the sailing gift.
Didn't really get to use it. I
I
apologize.
didn't get to use it, but you know what? Nobody else here probably has it still. So
In fairness,
We were all expecting it.
In fairness, you never can tell when we have to start piloting the boat, and if we go under 55 miles per hour, the boat will explode,
It'll
or
explode.
whatever the hell the plot speed 2 was. Cruise control.
Yeah.
I've already forgotten.
Mhm. Yep. And you guys will probably be on ships again in the future. So yeah.
Yep.
I had a good time today, and
Good.
Even though I'm bad at mysteries, I did catch on to the clues from the cook. Although I was kind of surprised that it seemed that nobody else did, or they just figured it was circumstantial enough to not bother with.
Yeah, we sent Anishka to lurk search, and she didn't notice anything. That's just all that happened.
Well, the thing
Which
is that I
embarrassing,
didn't.
'cause this is a skill I actually have.
The thing is that
Yeah.
I didn't need any clues. I just called it out first thing, and 4 hours later, it turned out to be the thing.
Yeah, no, you guys are smart, which is why there's always the chance that you guys are gonna like solve the thing in the first 5 minutes. And I hope I didn't lead you on too much. I wanted to, if you guys had like solved it and been like, open the envelope because I'm solving this game of Clue, I would have given it to you right off the bat. But I do enjoy getting to role play it out.
It's always difficult to create a mystery because ultimately all of us here at the table are aware that this is a mystery.
I mean, again, I left the room for a second, came back and said, "Hey guys, I'm sorry if it was covered already. Is there like an otter or a shrew on the ship?" And it was like,
and as the trick is, I agreed with you. Like I agree with you that might be the first opportunity. I just didn't agree that they would store it somewhere on the boat, like under the boat.
Right, again, I'm not so much the disagreement we had. I was just like, I called it.
Well, right, and I want to reinforce here, like, I'm angry. Hey, it's been a week since Rafferty complained about failing forward. It's kind of like, I mean, we even learn things by failure in this game. Like when I go search and I roll 0 successes. So that rules out anyone who is obviously incompetent.
Right.
So when even my bad rolls, I mean, that's what I always want to get at. Even my bad rolls are informing me, of this kind of stuff. When I search the cook's place and I only roll 1 success, it's like, well, I didn't find any of it in his room, and I didn't find any evidence of crime in his room. But that's the kind of stuff you'd find with 1 success. Mm-hmm. And that's another time where we might actually be like, pushing luck or personality. None of which I did because I was just thinking, like, this is like a low stakes thing. I should be saving those for. Well, I used my personality on the nailing the doors shot, which didn't work anyway. But I want to emphasize,
it was still hilarious. Though. It was a character moment, though.
Like, if there's not a possibility that we could fail to solve the mystery, it wouldn't be interesting. It's like
Right.
there has to be that possibility that I might never learn who did this. And I don't want to make it look like because I'm okay with not knowing who did it, that like I'm okay with failure. It was just like, that's what the goal was for. It's like, find the criminal, which is why,
Right, well, it's also why I called out, is this a goal? Because at a certain point, it's like, you know what, I'm just frustrated with this mystery. We're not getting anywhere, and you know what, I don't have any incentive to solve it. Let's just get to fucking port and let all the shit get stolen.
Right, as soon
you
as
were right
it was offered a goal, suddenly it's like, that makes Theta perk up. Well, wait, 5 experience points. Okay, I'm vested now.
I'm in now. Because otherwise, I don't give a shit. My shit ain't get stolen. I have nothing worth anything.
Right.
There was an interesting chance of failure here, and on this final roll, he obviously rolled pretty decently, and I could have just rolled terribly.
Right. So I want to. This was fun. I want to emphasize this was fun. I don't want you to think that we were frustrated or stuff like that. It's like I would be more frustrated if I couldn't lose. So no, I also thought it was. And I'm usually amused by when I have a shitload of skills or applicable skills, and they're not working.
I get that.
The point of having a point-based game like this, and for you giving us knack with inquiry and that kind of stuff, is what eventually happens is when you present something like this again, if we've been listening and responding to you, the next time you do this, we're going to have much higher skill numbers.
Yeah. Yep.
And the next time you do this, we're going to blow through it very quickly, which we technically should, because we should have more points by then. So I had a lot of fun.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah, and you guys completed the goal. I guess that's already been granted. 5 EXP or knack for negotiation.
I'm
Inquiry.
keeping it. I'm literally considering, do I dump 8 experience into inquiry right now and just become a master detective?
See, I got a D8 and a D4 inquiry. I just don't lean on it, so I don't really care about a knack for.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It does give you the extra skill point, which will push you to a D10 as well.
The knack? Again, I don't... It's not important to me. I'm a ruthless gossip. I negotiate a lot. I don't really care about asking people direct questions. I like more heard it on the grapevine responses.
Right, then it's up to me then.
I've got the skills to assist you. I just don't care.
I'm a sidekick. I've been my piece for that.
Apathy.
You're doing great as a sidekick. It's very necessary.
I need to change my personality from proud to apathetic.
Okay, well, I think that's all for today. So, thank you guys for playing. And thank you guys for watching. And you can find me at startplaying.games.
Going down. There you go.
And, anything else anybody wants to plug before we pack this in?
Come watch us play Pathfinder tonight at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, or 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. Some of us record a podcast every other Friday, but
Yep.
I think they're released weekly. So check that out.
Right.
Fridays.
Some of you.
Right.
3 of you.
So, we'll catch you all next time. See you, everybody.